throughout the book of Genesis, Sefer Bereshis, we find sibling rivalry, specifically two brothers that don't seem to get along. And it appears, the younger brother that somehow ends up on top. If we look at the pattern, Cain and Abel, Abel was the more righteous brother going on to Abraham. Abraham was the younger brother. His brother Nahor was an idol worshiper. And from then, everything seems to go south in terms of the oldest brother. There's Yishmael, the oldest son of Abraham, and his younger brother was the more righteous one, Yitzchak, Isaac. Then from Yitzchak's two sons, the more righteous son was Yaakov, Jacob, and his older brother Esav was one that was filled with tension. And then continue on to Yaakov's sons. You had his favorite son. The favorite son of Yaakov was Joseph, and he was towards the youngest. And finally, Yosef himself has two sons. Joseph has two sons in Egypt, Manasseh and Ephraim. And the book of Genesis basically concludes with the Jewish people residing in the land of Egypt as Yaakov, not only Jacob passes away, but his son Joseph passes away as well. But one of the more striking episodes towards the end of Sefer Bereshis, the book of Genesis, is when Joseph brings in his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, to Yaakov, the grandfather, in order to bless them. And he placed, as the Torah says, Manasseh to the right of Yaakov, and he placed Ephraim to the left of Yaakov. And he was hoping that Yaakov literally would bless the two boys as such. But what happened was that Yaakov did a switcheroo. He placed his right hand on Manasseh, his right hand on Ephraim, and his left hand on Manasseh, and he wanted to give the preferred blessing to the younger brother Ephraim. So there you have it, folks. You have the entire Sefer Bereshis where the second brother seems to be favored. But I want to go ahead and zero in on this example specifically. Obviously, there's loads and loads of commentary why the second brother seemed to have come up on top, so to speak, but specifically with Manasseh and Ephraim, why was Ephraim favored over Manasseh? So much so, as the Torah says, that Jacob blessed the two boys by saying that the gold standard of all blessings will be, and this is in fact the way the Jewish people bless their sons on every Friday night as Shabbat begins, Yisimcha Elokim ke'Ephraim v'Manasseh. May God make you like Ephraim and then Manasseh. And as the Torah reiterates, Ephraim was placed before Manasseh. So why was Ephraim, the younger son, placed before Manasseh? If we take an insight into the reason why they were called Ephraim and Manasseh, Manasseh was because God has caused me to forget my toil. And Ephraim was because God has given me more blessings. Yifrani Elokim. Says one of the commentaries, a very powerful insight. We know, as King David says, the formula is sur meirav aseh tov. Stop doing bad and then do good. But the problem with that formula is technically a person can never get to one good deed in their life because you'll always be involved in sur meirav. Stop doing something which is bad. So how can we ever get to an aseh tov, doing something good? Say the commentaries, the best sur meirav one can do, the best staying away from bad stuff one can do, from evil one can do, is aseh tov, just do good. And that's what Ephraim represented. Ephraim represented aseh tov, do a good deed. Manasseh represents the concept of stop doing bad deeds. And that is not primary. What's primary is to go ahead and break through with an aseh tov, break through with doing a good deed. Folks, many times we are challenged by how do we go ahead and have a breakthrough in life. An emotional breakthrough, a spiritual breakthrough, any kind of breakthrough with relationships. And we worry about all the baggage that we have to get through and all the obstacles and all the challenges. Forget about all that. Aseh tov, just do a good deed and stimulate your own future. Have a wonderful Shabbos.